Yo, what's up guys? Teacher Polo here, and today we are reacting to a video that was suggested by Michael and Cole. Thank you for leaving a comment and suggesting this video from the channel Tifo. So, Tifo Sports or Tifo Football. Link is in the description if you want to watch it without my commentary, but come back to see my reaction to this video. And guys, we are deep diving into college football and American football and the NFL as well. We're learning and just finding out about this incredible world that I had never seen before. I've heard about it, but now I am witnessing it. So you guys can watch it firsthand. Let's check it out.
The NFL is the most popular sport in America. It's also the most popular entertainment product, period.
Wow.
By a quirk of U.S. sports,
period, in the whole world. Wow.
The most popular entertainment product, period. But by a quirk of U.S. sports, it does not actually sell the most tickets or enjoy the strongest hold over communities. That's college football. But this is a fact that the
Nice.
rest of the world finds strange. Why is a non-professional sports league the best attended in the world?
That's crazy, man. That is crazy. The fact that college football is bigger than the NFL itself. At this point, you don't even want to grow up, right? You want to stay in college and not go professional at this point.
Despite the NFL being the most popular professional league in America, it is not the biggest crowd puller. The NFL is also the premium TV product in the US, dominating any list of most watched programs of any genre in any year. In 2024, it is 100% certain that the 58th Super Bowl on February 11th, staged in Las Vegas, will be the most watched event in America that year, regardless of which two teams are playing. But there's another arm of US sports that sells way more tickets and has entire
It's probably a religion at this point. Like, you have to watch it. Is it a good omen as well? Like, do you guys believe that not watching the Super Bowl might give you bad luck? I don't know. Just asking because I've seen some stereotypes. No, what's the word I'm looking for? Superstition around American football.
Another arm of US sports that sells way more tickets and has entire communities obsessed. The biggest crowd puller in all of American sports and global sport is college football. Or in other words, football teams from US universities playing against each other. In the NFL, the average paying attendance across the league was nearly 70,000 per game. The next best attended pro league was the Bundesliga, Germany's top soccer division, where the most recently completed season in 2022-2023 had average attendances at almost 43,000 fans per match.
Yeah, the Germans love
average 42,100 fans during that same period.
Oh, there was a comment, a very elaborate comment. I don't know if I can find it. I mean, let me just I have my YouTube over here. Let me look for Bundesliga. I was thinking of making actually a full video about this comment itself, but I want to give a shout out to the person who actually commented. It was short, white, and slow. Really appreciate you learning our culture, so I wanted to make a really easy comparison for you to think about. I hope it really helps you wrap your head around it. I don't think I ever will. These are just too many. And he goes on to comparing the whole attendance and how popular it is, comparing it with the English Premier League, comparing it with it's just absolutely amazing. I thank you so much for that comment. If you guys want to find that comment, it is on my video. It's under the video. This cannot be college football. This cannot be college. That's the name of I was mind blown in that video, as I am in most of these videos. It's insane. It's just insane. So many people. That's too many people.
70,000 per game. The next best attended pro league was the Bundesliga, Germany's top soccer division, where the most recently completed season in 2022-2023 had average attendances at almost 43,000 fans per match. The English Premier League averaged 42,100 fans during that same period. College football dwarfs those numbers. No fewer than 19 university teams had bigger average home attendances in the 2023
How?
season than the NFL's 2023 average of 69,478. 7 of those college football teams, from the Michigan Wolverines to teams representing the universities of Penn State, Ohio State, Tennessee, Texas, Louisiana State, and
Penn State was the first video I watched. Penn State was the first one. Thank you so much for the support, guys.
the universities of Penn State, Ohio State, Tennessee, Texas, Louisiana State, and Alabama had average attendances in 2023 of more than 100,000 fans per home game.
That's
The reigning
crazy.
champion Michigan Wolverines average
That's an
attendance in
average.
2023 was 109,971, which is actually higher than the official capacity of their stadium.
That's
This isn't
crazy.
because tickets are cheap. In 2024, the average ticket price per game will be $82.50.
That's
which is
a
about
lot of
65
money.
pounds or 75 euros. Some
Yo, guys, you understand? People are stopping. A lot of people stopped going to the cinemas because it's expensive. Now imagine $80 per ticket. This is insane. 109,000 times $80 a ticket. Do the maths. That is per game. Oh man, dang, my neck hurts just thinking of these numbers. Dude, that's crazy stuff. This is insane. This cannot be real life. This is college we're talking about. I told you guys that stadium alone that we reacted to on the previous video, only the stadium is bigger than the college. I can't even, can I say it was a campus? The college I went to, that stadium alone is bigger than the college I went to. It was literally a building with, I don't know, like at least maybe, or at most 10 classes, 10 classrooms. You guys don't understand how big that is, or maybe you do. Maybe you guys know the magnitude of it, but it's insane. 109,000 people is bigger than the population of some small countries. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
soccer fans will be familiar with Michigan Stadium, nicknamed the Big House.
The Big House.
2014 summer-friendly match between Manchester United and Real Madrid attracted more than 109,000 fans.
Nice.
Another mind-blowing figure is that between 1975 and the start of the COVID pandemic in 2020, the Michigan Wolverines played 293 consecutive home games in front of paying crowds that never dipped below 100,000.
Wow.
The average attendance across 44 years was 106,918 fans per game. Consider this. Among the 20 most watched TV shows in the history of American television,
Friends.
19 of them have been Super Bowls. And the 20th was the last episode ever of the war comedy drama MASH,
MASH.
in 1980.
Guys, I've heard of MASH, never reacted to it. I considered reacting to it because I heard it was so popular and I wanted to see what the fuss was all about, right, with MASH. But then I chickened out. But that's crazy. 19 are Super Bowls. Super Bowls. Pause.
Was the last episode ever of the war comedy drama MASH in 1983, which drew nearly 106 million viewers. And yet, college football as a centerpiece in U.S. culture is a phenomenon. 16 of the biggest 20 sports stadiums in the U.S., measured by capacity, are the homes of college football teams. Pick any state in America, and there's a good chance that the college football head coach is the highest paid public employee in that state.
I read this in the comments. So many of you said that college coaches get like 10 million, 9 million a year. That is unfathomable amount of money. That is the highest paid employee. Dude, I'm a teacher. You guys know, right? That's why it's called Teacher Paul. I teach English as a second language to people. So English is, I can't say that English is my first language, although I do consider it, I use it all the time, right? But I teach English as a second language. And as a teacher, you don't get great wages, right? You don't. You literally don't. Well, now I've been on YouTube for 2 years, so yeah, I'm more of a YouTuber now than a teacher. But anyways, it's insane to think that a coach who is kind of like a teacher, and I don't know in the United States how teaching jobs are perceived or seen, but I do hear that there's a lot of you know strikes and a lot of people demanding higher wages, fair wages, and to think that the coach who is considered like a teacher, right? He is the most well paid employee in the state. That is insane. A teaching job goes for what, 32K? 30, I think 32,000 a year, right? In fact, here in the UK, 25,000 a year or even 24,000 a year is the average or the standard. But we're not going to get into that. It's insane. 10 million. That's more than players, I guess, right? NFL players get that much money? I don't think so. A year? That's insane.
At the start of 2024, no fewer than 36 college football head coaches in the U.S. earn basic annual pay of $5 million or more.
That's
and
insane.
At least 84 of them were earning more than $1 million per year.
That's insane.
For sports fans everywhere else in the world, this will be mind-boggling.
It is.
That college and university sports team coaches earn 7 figures basic.
It's
Nick
insane.
Saban at Alabama, most considered one of the greatest college football coaches of all time, was earning $11.4 million a year to coach their football team.
That's
Dabo
crazy.
Swinney at Clemson University in South Carolina earns nearly $11 million a year basic.
That's
in
insane,
2022,
man.
he signed a contract extension to stay in his post to 2031 in a deal worth $115 million total. TV contracts to screen college games are worth billions per year, which underpins the university's ability to spend up to hundreds of millions of dollars per year on their sports teams. So, college football is amazingly popular in the US.
But I'll tell you one thing. If you're pulling the numbers, if you have an attendance of 100,000 people, yeah, you deserve to get those $1 million contracts. You deserve to get the TV license, like billions of dollars. You deserve to have that industry as big as it is. And it's college football, so you definitely have an influence over the attendees and the people who are there. So obviously people that are sponsors, right? The sponsors, they want to put their brand in front of, in front of people who possibly can become clients. So if you are bringing in 100,000 people, it's, yeah, you deserve it. That's insane. But then again, is this higher than the NFL coaches, or no? Do NFL coaches get more money? It's insane. It's crazy. We should make a video on NFL salaries, because I feel like I will question my life choices. I'm kind of like a big guy. No, I'm not too big for the NFL or anything like that, but I could have at least tried, right? Growing up, I could have at least tried. We didn't have an American football team. Heck, we didn't even have like a soccer team in our school. But that's a story for another time. Dude, that's crazy. It's crazy. I feel like it's a dream job at this point. But then again, I've seen movies that people are like disappointed that they're college footballs, and this is, did I say college footballs? They're like, it's a redemption arc where he's now a college football coach, and then he's drafted for the NFL, and has, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen movies like that where it feels like a demotion. Oh, he didn't do well in NFL. Now he's doing college football. It feels like a sob story and a sad story. But if you're earning 10 million, then yeah, that's unrealistic. That's unrealistic that it would be a sad story. It's still a plus, man. You're not, you're still getting money. That's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna look at those movies differently now.
But why? History is important because U.S. collegiate sport has a rich and far reaching past, certainly relative to other major sports. A football game between Princeton and Rutgers University in November 1869 is viewed by many historians as the first collegiate football game.
Wow.
Even though it incorporated elements of soccer and rugby. The first Super Bowl didn't happen until 1967. Many major college football rivalries of today date back to the 1880s. Michigan first played Notre Dame in 1887.
Well, we need to
Other
do
college
these.
football rivalries that date back to that
We need to do rivalries. We need to find out what the derbies are. You guys already know, but I need to go into that as well. College football rivalries videos. That would be so cool. Anybody know a good video? Let me know.
first played Notre Dame in 1887. Other college football rivalries that date back to that time include the Battle of the Brothers, clean old-fashioned hate, and Battle for Highway 92. College football is embedded even in the military academies.
Wow.
The Army versus Navy game dates back to 1890. That fixture
That's so cool because I know that there's this thing between Army and Navy.
The Army versus Navy game dates back to 1890. That fixture is one of the most enduring rivalries in college football. The Army-Navy game has often been attended by the U.S. president and has been televised nationally since 1945. The U.S. Army, Navy, and Air Force all play games in college football leagues.
Now, that's not fair, though. That's not fair. The Air Force, they have planes. I'm joking. You're not going to use a plane to score a touchdown. It's a joke.
All play games in college football leagues. Their respective coaches at the end of 2023 were Jeff Monken from Army, Brian Newberry from Navy, and Troy Calhoun of Air Force. They respectively earned $2 million, $1.6 million, and $1.7 million a year.
One thing also somebody mentioned, sorry for pausing too much if you guys don't mind. It's my thought process. People in the comments were mentioning that nowadays, because of how loud the audiences can get, they're using headphones inside their helmets now. That's insane. That's insane. A football player now has the ability to hear their coach within their helmets. That's awesome. Which is not a very difficult technology to have. If you guys watched Tip to Tip with Ludwig, don't know if you know that. It was a series, and Michael Reeves. They communicate through their helmets, their motorbike helmets. So why not have that in their, American football helmets as well? But yeah, I feel like it's very interesting to do, especially when the fans are so loud that you can't communicate, you can't hear the plays. So yeah, pretty cool.
They are the 3 highest paid people in the entire U.S. military. For context,
Wow.
a 4-star
Let's hear that again. Let's run that back. Run that back.
Newberry from Navy and Troy Calhoun of Air Force. They respectively earn $2 million, $1.6 million, and $1.7 million a year. They are the 3 highest paid people in the entire U.S. military. For context, a 4-star general, the highest ranked soldier in America, earns $212,000 a year. Layered onto the importance of history in college football is the collegiate affiliation of students who have passed through universities where football has been such an integral part of their college life. These alumni run into many millions at the biggest universities in America. College football is massive, especially in parts of America where there have been few to no professional teams, including in the Midwest and South, and the game day experience is also fundamental, including the tailgating tradition of cooking food and drinking out of the back of your car. Throw academic.
That's another thing I want to react to, American food. I have watched so many videos. I have watched, but I've never reacted to any. Barbecue, never had any Texas barbecue. I did have pulled pork, but I'm salivating just thinking of that. You guys have amazing barbecue, at least from what I can see in the videos. But I want to try some dino ribs, and man, there's so much content from the USA that I need to find, and it's just so cool.
West and South, and the game day experience is also fundamental, including the tailgating tradition of cooking food and drinking out of the back of your car.
That's so
Throw
cool.
academic and city rivalry into the pot, and college football's popularity has another source, alongside broader issues such as community, local identity, and in many cases, tradition that professional sports can't match.
That's
If you like this
amazing.
video, please consider subscribing to the channel. The Athletic is home to the best team of sports writers, reporters, and analysts in the world, offering exclusive stories and unrivaled insight. You could try The Athletic for free for 30 days by clicking the link.
Okay, guys, go support The Athletic. Go support Tifo. Really great video. That is really nice, man. Like, that's a great video. Very informative, mind-blowing, and I'm really, really interested in learning more about the United States as a whole. Not only college football, not only American sports, but the United States as a whole. I feel like there's a lot to blow my mind here. That's just too much money. That's just too much money. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. For a college football coach, dude, I feel like that's crazy. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying my deep dive into this, and I hope you join my community on Discord. It's really nice to get new people on Discord and talk and discuss. You guys have been great. Of course, there are a few people who, I don't know, don't call me an idiot in the comments because I'm trying to learn, okay? Just just avoid doing that. I feel like it's something that obviously I'm going to ignore the haters, but I feel like it does affect my ability to ask questions. Oh no, it doesn't. Who am I kidding? I'm still going to ask questions. I'm still going to be that, have the curious nature that I have. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing what I do. I'm very, very eclectic. I learn a lot through my YouTube channels, through my YouTube videos, and uh, what can I say? I'm always curious about new stuff, and I feel like not being insulted is a big part of it. So thank you so much for everyone who has been great in the comments, very positive, very helpful, and very attentive. Thank you so much. And I guess I'll see you on the next video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I can keep entertaining you, or I hope you guys keep watching for whatever reason you guys joined me over here. Okay? Thank you so much. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.